Central Empire Wrestling presents Bridge City Slam 6, live Saturday, September 7th at the Bridgeview Center in Ottumwa. Come see Jake the Snake Roberts, Buff Bagwell, former WWE Tag Team Champions Demolition, Real One Enzo Amore, The Powers of Pain, The Boogeyman, Snitsky, Jordan Grace, Cameron Brene, and the stars of CEW. Tickets start at just $20 and include the Fan Fest from 4 to 7 p.m. Get your tickets through Ticketmaster or at the Bridgeview Center in Ottumwa. It's Bridge City Slam 6, live Saturday, September 7th at the Bridgeview Center in Ottumwa.
Crop irrigation needs are coming to an end, but when do you shut off the spigot? Here are tips on when to apply that last inch or two of water on Successful Farming Radio.
Successful Farming Radio, providing information farmers need in the field, in the shop, and in the office. Committed to growing your business in agriculture.
Interact with Successful Farming on social media. Like us on Facebook at Successful Farming USA and follow us on X at Successful Farm for tips, ideas, timely news, and information from our editors. Find us on Instagram at successful_farming and love the latest photo or video. And take a look behind the scenes with our editors on TikTok at successful_farming. Check out our full lineup of Successful Farming podcasts. The Successful Farming podcast goes in-depth into the topics that affect farmers and ranchers. The 15 Minutes with a Farmer podcast offers a quick conversation between an editor and a farmer. The SF Shorts podcast offers bite-sized interviews about agricultural topics. And the SF Daily podcast covers commodity markets, weather, and the big things happening in agriculture each morning. Search for Successful Farming wherever you download your podcasts.
Your irrigation management objective near the end of the season should be to provide enough soil water in the root zone to get the crop to maturity. Variables such as your soil type and its water holding capacity and the weather are things you can't control and will have to adjust the irrigation accordingly. Chuck Burr is a water and integrated cropping systems extension educator at the University of Nebraska. He says usually by mid to late August, corn and soybeans have progressed enough in maturity that we know how much water it will take to finish out the crop.
For the corn, the growth stage I look for is beginning dent. It's when the first kernel in the field is starting to dent, starting that dry down process. From that point in time, it takes for us about 3.5 weeks to reach black layer, and the corn will use an additional 5 inches of water. Soybeans, I look at the beginning seed enlargement growth stage. Soybeans will use about 6.5 inches of water to reach that black layer.
Burr says depending on the year, most irrigators are ready to be done by early to mid-August, but continuing to monitor soil moisture to make sure you're not shorting the crop at the end of the year could pay big dividends.
2013 was a huge example of that. We had a study where we scheduled the last irrigation on soybeans, and we had those hot, dry, windy conditions. And where we applied 2 extra inches of water, it was 7 extra bushels. So very easily paid the pumping costs by continuing to monitor the crop and applying that extra water during those hot, dry, windy conditions.
I'm Jody Henke. Learn more about when to stop irrigation for the year at agriculture.com.